Today I'm bringing you 5 particular fragrances that have a very unique scent DNA. They don't really smell like anything else. They're delightful scents that I thoroughly enjoy, and I had no idea that others around me enjoyed them just as much as I do until I started gaining a lot of feedback from those around me. And in this video, I want to discuss those 5 fragrances. So stay tuned. So starting off with the first one, this is one that I put a pretty good dent a while back, months and months ago in, and I just recently wore it. I've been spraying it on my arm a lot around the house, and I went and run some errands yesterday with this one on after my scent of the day wore off. And of course we're talking about from Sean Crenshaw. We're talking about Ovation for Men. Because yes, it's very true that every man deserves an ovation. This is very, very aromatic and creamy. I believe there's a little bit of patchouli in here that really adds to that creaminess that's in here. It's an Indian patchouli, I believe. Like I said, super, super creamy and aromatic up top. It's very classy, very elegant smell. Very clean, very, crowd-pleasing, masculine, and elegant, but not one that I would, upon initial smell, the first time I smelled it, that I would think is just going to, grab somebody and compel them to tell me how good I smell or how good they think I smell, or I have to know what you're wearing. What is that you're wearing? It smells so good. Ovation for Men. The name's fitting because, man, it's when people can smell me. I don't know if it's, those handful of people that have ever smelled me wearing them. Spray it one more time. But every time, it seems, as far as I can remember, every time somebody's got to ask me what I have on because they've never smelled anything like it. And is this a groundbreaking DNA? No, but yeah, now that I think about it, it doesn't smell exactly like anything else that I have in my collection or that I've smelled before. It's got a lot of similarities to other things because it's so aromatic and creamy and it's got that patchouli in it. But the way it's blended for a non-complex note breakdown, it just works. Shout out to you, Sean Crenshaw. Kudos on the fantastic fragrance. This is the 3rd iteration of Ovation for Men, and one that you absolutely need to check out. It is linked below for the website for Ovation for Men if you want to check it out, as will be links for all 5 of the fragrances that we discuss here today. Make sure you check out Ovation for Men. Real cool cat, real cool brand. Let's jump into the next one. So with this next one's actually a brand new release that has been on the market for a handful of days. They're starting to show up in people's mailboxes. People are starting to post about them on social media. I actually did a video with George Zaharoff this past Saturday launching the fragrances. If you haven't checked that out, I'll put that video right there for you. I've worn this one twice now. I spray it pretty much every day. This is kind of my favorite of the 2 new releases. This is Zaharoff Signature Royale. This beautiful gold juice right here. Man, is this good. Up top is a beautiful just blend of citruses, okay? And on my skin, the juniper really jumps out that's in here. There's Himalayan juniper that's in here. And I get a lot of the oud actually off the top. It's not overpowering, but it's very present. I can absolutely detect that it is the oud. And it's a sandalwood dominant fragrance with this beautiful suede accord that comes later in the dry down. The creaminess from that sandalwood comes at you pretty quickly. I don't get too much cardamom, just a little touch up top, because I would not consider this a spicy fragrance in any way, but it's a very bright opening, but it's not a fresh fragrance. It's not a super freshy. And for as dense of a compound as the notes look, especially having oud and being a heavy sandalwood and all that, it's a very light and easy wear that will stay on your skin for many hours without reaching out too far. If people come within your range of what I would consider a moderate to low moderate scent bubble after the first hour, they'll definitely be able to smell you because you'll get wafts of yourself all throughout the day. Of the 2 new ones, the reason this is even in the video, I've had 2 people at the grocery store compliment me, and this is my wife's favorite. of the two between this and Noir, which I did wear Noir 2 days prior to wearing this. Beautiful fragrances. They are limited release. There are still some available. Like I said before when I was talking about Ovation, there's links for everything down in the description below. And this is a beautiful daytime wear. You can wear it for anything, really and truly. It's not a season-specific type of fragrance. As with everything in the Signature line, they're signature fragrances for a reason. And this is a beautiful take on that Signature Pour Homme DNA. This is a fresher twist. It still maintains a whole lot of woods. This really amps up the woods while adding a beautiful citrus medley up top that wasn't really present, toning down the lavender. Lavender's still there, but it's toned down greatly from Signature Pour Homme. And it's a compliment machine. I'm going to tell you firsthand. After 2 wearings, I'm surprised at how quickly I got attention. I didn't think I was going to get that type of attention from this fragrance, because just because I enjoy it doesn't mean others around me will. But check it out if you haven't already, and this is Zaharoff Signature Royale. So I've really been digging this one lately, and so have those around me, because the way I like to describe it is it smells like lemon bars. Marimetta Fragrances, Le Lava, lemon, leather, and vanilla. It smells like lemon bars. It projects pretty heavy. Man, it projects pretty heavy, and it's easily an 8-hour fragrance. It smells like nothing else I have from a fragrance standpoint, but if you've smelled lemon bars, or almost a lemon meringue pie type of thing too, it can kind of give off a little bit of that smell. It's very gourmand. This is a very delectable and delicious smelling fragrance. The wife loves this one. This stuff smells great, guys. They're not expensive. You can get a decant like this, big, looks like a freaking EpiPen. You can get bottles of it. Marimetta's link below. Check this one out. Simplistic note breakdown. It's nothing fancy, but it smells incredible. If you like gourmand fragrances, you're gonna like Le Lava. It's beautiful. You get everything listed. You get the lemon, you get the vanilla, and you definitely get a soft, creamy leather that just adds to that lemon bar set, because it's a soft, supportive leather. It's not a raw, animalic leather. It's such a beautiful fragrance, and I don't blame my wife for enjoying this one. I really don't, because this is some really, really good stuff, and one that I urge you to check out. I've talked about it twice this week because it deserves to be talked about. This is a very, very good, unique scent DNA, and this Marimetta Fragrances, Le Lava. Now, when it comes to unique fragrances in my collection, it's extremely unique because I don't have anything else with the namesake note for this fragrance, and I'm talking about Amarud White Hinoki. I don't have anything else with Hinoki wood in it. It's a citrusy, smoky, boozy wood, It's powerful too, and man, is it a conversation starter, because people are going to smell you very easily. This stuff is super potent. Nothing subtle about White Hinoki, I can assure you of that. And I love the way it smells. I wouldn't spray to it. Like, I like to spray my chest. Maybe just do half a spray. That's what I do now. I learned my lesson after the first 2 wearings, because it's potent, and and I don't go anosmic to it, so it's just hitting me hard for hours and hours and hours. This is when I advise don't spray directly in front of you. Spray around the sides if you want to hit your pulse points and stuff like that. By all means do that, but don't spray anywhere around here unless you just want to smell it heavy for several hours. And because look, you have a very large scent bubble going with this one, and it's a unique smell. People are going to want to know, what is that smell? What is that you're wearing? White Hinoki, I'm telling you. I'm sure you can get decants and samples. Perfumes Workshop, Amarud. I mean, you've seen them making their rounds on the channels for months now. They've been featured a few times on my channel as well. Dark Orchid, and then especially White Hinoki, because they're fantastic fragrances. They really are. They're high level, high quality, extreme luxury, powerful, compliment getting, versatile. Versatile to the certain extent that I wouldn't want to wear this in the summer again. I learned that lesson the hard way, because when I first got it, we were in the middle of the summer, and it's 100+ degrees down here in Houston, Texas. Makes it project even harder. You can fill a room in the summer with 4 or 5 sprays of this fragrance. Luckily, It's a beautifully unique smell that intrigues those around you. It's not an annoying smell, it's an inviting smell. Definitely check this one out. I know everybody talks about Lunar Vetiver and all those different, more popular ones. Don't sleep on White Hinoki. This is a unique compliment getter, I can assure you. Last but not least, up until the newest release from this house, this was my favorite fragrance from this particular house. It's one of my favorite niche brands, high-end luxury, pure class, from the brand owner to the presentations to the quality of oils and perfumers used. Second to none with Kajal Perfumes. This is Kajal Ohm. The hype is real on this one, people. Nothing else smells like it, yet it's got a familiarity. There's a lot of freshness up top, and it's a tonka bean dry down. And when you hear a tonka bean dry down, those of you enthusiasts that are big into fragrances, that can sound boring. Because a lot of fragrances have tonka bean, but oh man, sorry for that. I just can't help but smile when I smell this. The orange blossom in this one is so genuine. There's some citrus freshness up top, a beautiful orange blossom as it dries, with a gorgeous tonka bean in the dry down. There's a little bit of oud without it being overly done. It's not heavily medicinal. It's not a big, heavy pencil shaving vibe. It just does it. It smells of luxury. It smells like somebody that owns a damn company. Just does. I love the way this smells, and every time I wear it, because you guys know me, I have a ton of fragrances, so it's rare that I get a lot of repeats close together, but the several times I've worn this, it never fails. What are you wearing? And I always have the bottle with me. Let them check the bottle out. The bottle blows them away every time. You mind if I spray it? And let them spray it. Next thing you know, ooh, that's amazing. I get that every time. It's fun. That can be the fun thing about being real into fragrances. It's strange to some, but to you and me, it's what we do. And if you're looking for some attention, I can assure you Kajal Ohm will absolutely pull that attention in for you. It doesn't smell like others, yet it borrows elements from different fragrances, makes it its own. It's powerful, it's long-lasting, it's versatile, and it can go year-round depending on how heavy you want to spray it. Very unique compliment getter. One of my favorites, Kajal Ohm from Kajal Perfumes. Well, guys, that's it for the video. Until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Do appreciate all the feedback. I love hearing from you guys. How many of these do you have already? How many of these have you been itching to get your hands on? I know with Kajal, you can get the discovery kits, and they have a discovery kit that's got Kajal Ohm in it. All of these fragrances can be had at these different links below. Some are affiliates, some are not. They're there for your leisure, you know what I mean? They're there for convenience. If you'd like to use them, by all means. And if you're interested in some of these, I can assure you, they're worth grabbing. They don't smell like other things. They're bound to pull you some positive attention. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on any of them and you give them a spray now, pretty confident you'll thank me later. Have a good one, guys.